Hi, welcome to Tea Time with Kotlin Thursdays. I'm Amanda,
I'm Matt Moore.
I'm Ben Rodriguez.
and today we're talking about the computer science niche.
I think there's definitely something to be said about realizing the way people learn at the end of the day is by taking what they already know from their life experiences and trying to form new ideas using analogies, right?
Mhm.
So, I hesitate to bring out the term monad here, but it's like you have these funny words that come out and people just go around saying like, what is a monad? I don't understand this. And then you end up getting this weird definition, like a monad is a monoid in the category of endofunctors. And it's like,
Well, that's just
what?
a different language.
Right. It's like, I still don't get it. What is a monad? And I do think that's a problem. I think one of the issues, I think, with the Haskell community, being someone who's in Haskell myself as well, is, there's a lot of just language there that you have to break down. And I think once you do sort of find a way to get past the language, then you realize, oh, this is actually not that difficult. Like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to do this, but it almost feels like it takes a rocket scientist to get past the terminology.
I just don't know. I almost feel like at this point, like, computer science and technology is almost like barring education with a bunch of jargon.
Yeah. I think there's like two sides to that. I think there's the unintentional
Oh yeah,
barring that
definitely.
happens. Like a lot of mathematicians, there's like, well, this is just the language we use, and that's how we talk to each other. That's definitely a barrier I think we need to try to break past. But I think there tends to be a lot of these sort of biases as well. I think there are people who go, you're not part of our clique, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're not one of us cool people, whatever. I think that's also something that can be dangerous and that needs to be broken down as well.
On who the phrase I get a lot when I talk to new people coming into the industry is, how do I get my foot into the door? Like, and that's something I've been thinking about recently, because that's just a phrase that I hear like on repeat.
Yeah, I don't even, for me, like I actively go and, like right now, like when tomorrow or when I go back, it's like I go and I actively say, well, here's the schools that I want you to solicit from. Like, and you have to tell your organization to go look at those schools, and then they'll tell you to go do it yourself. But those are some of the things that each company has a designated set of schools they will go look at to get that foot in the door. So it's hard to, it's hard to find people that will actually open that door for you to like get your foot in there. Like, I think that there's still a big disparity between like school districts and people. Some people have a lot more computer science stuff. Some people have like computer basics.
Ooh, can you talk about what's the difference between the two?
Oh, so like for instance, like all the schools I went to when I was little, like we were all computer science. Like we were building like code and like to solve problems. Like that was it. Like,
Okay.
but the computer basics are like, they take more like, let's take apart a computer so you can work desktop support, which is nothing wrong. It's like, there's just a different kind of like how much money you're going to get paid, disparity between working, like fixing hardware, like replacing disk drives and whatever those things have now, versus like being an engineer, like what I was for such a long time. So yeah, there's just that big disparity. I even see it now, like in terms when are hiring people right out of college. Like there's some schools that, they're actively being recruited by Google and like Facebook and things like that, and they have internships. Whereas you have other people also have a computer science degree from schools with like less money. You can tell that like their jobs are like at Marshall's or like TJ Maxx, and you're like, but you have a computer science degree. Like for me, like I actively go and like right now, like when tomorrow or when I go back, it's like I go and I actively say, well, here's the schools that I want you to solicit from. Like, and you have to tell your organization to go look at those schools, and then they'll tell you to go do it yourself. But those are some of the things that each company has a designated set of schools they will go look at to get that foot in the door. So it's hard to, it's hard to find people that will actually open that door for you to like get your foot in there.
Yeah, let's dig into that a little bit. I mean, the action of getting our foot into the door. So why do we have to do that in the first? Was it because it was already closed? You know?
Yeah, I can tell you pretty much. There's certain schools, like in my former company, we would look at. So yeah, door was closed.
If you know something, you should definitely think about contributing with us, and we're super open. We'll help you every step of the way. I don't know if there's anything to add to that.
No, I'm just looking forward to, because I'm looking forward to learning a new language. Kotlin's going to be exciting for me.
I just want to give a shout out to Kotlin and the Kotlin community here because, again, being somebody who's sort of an enthusiast in the functional programming world, I was a huge fan of Haskell. As I mentioned, there's a huge barrier to that for a lot of people due to the math terminology. The thing I liked about Kotlin when I found out about it, and actually Amanda introduced me to it, is Kotlin has these functional principles, but they do a very good job in the community of trying to welcome people and explain them in very pragmatic ways. And hopefully through the series that we'll be doing here with Kotlin Thursdays, we'll be able to bring some of that to you and make it more accessible to you as well. Okay, so I guess we'll see you guys next Thursday. We're gonna get started on functional programming and try to start simple, start small. We'll build on those principles, get it to a point where hopefully everybody can understand that. We're gonna put some animations together around that and get some visual cues going. So really looking forward to it. Thanks for watching.
See you Thursday.
See ya.
Thursday.
Bye.
Bye.